for those of you who are not familiar with a pen, a broad-edged pen, is that the pen naturally makes thick and thin strokes. You don't really have to do anything. You just have to hold it at the right angle. So if you have a pen like this is a broad-edged pen. If you hold your pen so that the edge is at 90 degrees from the baseline, and you pull down a vertical stroke or a 90-degree stroke from the baseline, you're going to get a very thin line. And if you change the pen angle just a little bit, maybe 5 or 10 degrees, and you pull another angle, you're going to get a thicker angle. And so if you keep changing your pen angle to be flatter and flatter, you're going to get thicker and thicker strokes, even though you're using the same pen, which is kind of magic. I love broad edge pen because there's no pressure. You don't have to apply pressure. You don't have to control the pressure. All you have to do is control your pen angle. And so the flatter your pen angle, the thicker your strokes are going to be. And so that's probably the trickiest part about using a broad edge pen, is that you have to maintain a certain kind of pen angle, because otherwise the letters that you make will be either too light or too heavy or wonky looking. So for instance, if I were to make a letter N and I held my pen at 90 degrees and I pull down a stroke and then I branch out, my N would look like that. And if I held it very flat at 0 degrees, and the way that I would tackle practicing a really large circle is to start small and then gradually make it bigger and bigger. So this is actually a really massive circle. This is probably a ½ inch. So eventually you would just make your circle gradually larger and larger until you're able to make it at 6 pen widths. So I think now I'm very close. I'm going to stop right there. So when I make my strokes slanting, or at least for this particular stroke, I don't change my pen width. Instead, what I do is I change the position of my hand. Because if I make a stroke with holding it at 45 degrees like this, and if I tuck my elbow towards me and I pull that same stroke, it's going to be fatter. Or if I push my elbow far away and I make that same stroke, it's going to be fatter.